Over the summer, I went to a patient-first clinic because I needed to get a strep culture. The weather wasn't particularly good, but I was like, you know, I don't need a good omen just to go into the doctor's office. But after I gave the receptionist my driver's license and my insurance card, I kind of got a bad feeling. The look he gave me was so unfriendly. I forgot about it. I just went and I sat down and I waited. I was flipping through the magazines like everybody does, and then a nurse came out and she shouted a name, Catherine Lott. A name, my name. That was my name. So I got up and I walked over to her, and she continued to shout the name. Catherine, is Catherine here? It wasn't until I was this close from her face that she realized that I was the person that she was talking about. She gave me an awkward look, and then we just continued back into the room. She started the compulsory questions, you know, when's your birthday, how long have the symptoms been persisting? And then she got to the question that I really hate. When was the last time you've had a period? 3 months, I said. She looked at me, and I saw the thought process beginning. She said, well, do you want a pregnancy test? No, I don't want a pregnancy test. Yes, I'm sure. Why? Because I can't get pregnant. I'm taking testosterone shots. No, it's not for the athletic benefits. The silence and the awkwardness forced me to give her some sort of explanation, abbreviated short coming out to this woman that I didn't even know. But it didn't even make a difference. What she did is wrote on my folder, patient having sex change. I was hoping that the doctor would be a little more enlightened. When she came into the room, everything was going fine. But then she came to the line that said, patient having sex change. And she asked me, what sex are you? Are you male or female? How was I supposed to answer? I said, well, I was born female, but right now I'm transitioning to be a male. But nothing. So I decided to go from a different perspective. I said, well, I identify as male, but when I was born, I was female, and now that I'm taking testosterone, I'm somewhere in between. I wasn't born intersex, no. I was born fully female, but right now I'm in the middle. The look she gave me just made me want to melt through the floor. As I left the office, I swallowed hard, bringing attention to my sore throat, the reason I went to the doctor's office. Thanks for putting the patient first.
Being queer was about the worst thing I could have done to my mother. I distinctly remember a conversation we had about it when I was in the 8th grade. I'd just broken up with my boyfriend, you know, the kind you call every night and hold hands with in the hallway. And I was going on in this restaurant about how boys were stupid. But the second we got out to the car, she turned to me and started yelling, "What the hell were you thinking talking like that? If you talk too loudly, people will think you're a lesbian. I swear, if you ever tell me you're a lesbian, I am kicking you out of my house." I didn't know why, but that suddenly made me really angry. And I wanted to yell, "I am a lesbian!" Even though I didn't really know what it meant. And I didn't know why it made her so angry. I mean, I'd heard the term lesbian before, but only from the kids in my middle school before I moved to Virginia in the 7th grade. My best friend there was Samantha, and she always used to talk about how she had 3 moms. Her real mom and her girlfriend, and then her dad's new wife. We thought it was so cool. It was my first experience with anything queer, but for as long as I can remember, I'd had a problem with the children or the students who used to call the wimpy kids queer or fag at school. I always used to stand up for them because it just seemed like the right thing to do. I guess it was the activist in me. Looking back, I can see that everything I thought about for a better world had to do with human rights. I've just always thought that there were more important things in life than dating. I never got caught up in the boy-obsessed trance that everyone does in middle school. In fact, I never really thought of myself as any sexual. The only reason I dated in high school was because I felt pressured by my mother. I wanted her to think I was normal, and I wasn't about to tell her that I wasn't interested in anyone, male or female. But it's the same today. Out of the 4 people with whom I've ever been completely infatuated, 2 were boys and 2 were girls. I don't like the term bisexual because I don't think that's who I am. Even among the gay community, I don't think the way I feel is really completely understood. Gay men can tell you, I like men. Lesbians can tell you, I like women. But I can't tell you who I like, because it's always different. I guess that's why I don't really talk about my own sexuality very often. I don't think it's the part of me that should define me. I'd much rather be out fighting to make the world a better place for myself and other sexual minorities who shouldn't have to rely on something as trivial as their sexuality to define who they are.